pressure to grow your business on Instagram has become astronomically insane. Each and every day, entrepreneurs around the world are bombarded with messages of how individuals grew 7,000 followers in the matter of a few days, or even tens of thousands of dollars in revenue over the course of like a month. The problem is that many of the strategies being touted as successful right now take a lot of time, and entrepreneurs or individuals who do not have the time or are not experienced in marketing in general feel very defeated before they even begin. In today's video discussion, I just want to have a very in-depth conversation about how you can grow your Instagram and really build it through authenticity and the ability to define your own standards for success. My name is Mallory Klum, and I want to thank you for joining me today. If you can't already tell, this is a low production, high quality conversation series. I am the founder of the Social Media Class, a monthly membership course that provides you with the experience, information, and just all around empowerment to grow your business while having fun, even if it doesn't feel like you like social media marketing right now. My ultimate goal is to help entrepreneurs around the world understand that it doesn't have to cost a lot of money to learn high quality solutions. That is why this course is under $50 a month, and the description holds the link if you want to learn more information. This series, just a heads up, is a hit record and go. I don't edit it. My cat is currently rubbing up against the tripod, so I apologize if it's a bit shaky. But at my core, I believe that authenticity creates relativity within our world. We don't want robotic conversations. We don't want all of these different things as humans that make us feel less than worthy. And so I'm not here to create a high production. I'm here to create high quality conversations. And in today's conversation, I want to help you grow on Instagram and overcome the idea that you aren't worth more. Number one, any strategy cannot be effective until you accept one core principle. You have to be able and be willing to understand that not everyone is going to like you, and you weren't made for everybody to care about. You weren't made to burn yourself out trying to care about everyone else. Because at the end of the day, how can you expect individuals to like you when you don't like everybody? I mean, it's common sense when you think about it, but traditional marketing strategies are very, very heavy in pushing all of the content you can and hoping it makes a bunch of people happy. Social media marketing is unique in that it allows us to put our message in front of the people who need it and understand it and want more of it. And where this is really, really unique is that those individuals don't just want that content. They want you. They want to understand who you are. They want to build emotional connections with you. And they ultimately want to know that the person who is empowering them to become a hero within their own journey isn't just going to up and leave them the second they give you money. Now, once you have understood that, there are core principles to showing up that we need to elaborate on. Content creators in general love to talk about showing up each and every day. The problem is that this has largely become about showing up and creating posts. And sometimes we just don't feel like creating. I have been in this industry for 8+ years, and I can promise you that there are days where I have no will to show up on social media. My brain is dried up. I need time to process. I need to reset my creativity. And this is true of every entrepreneur. And no matter how much you prepare, there are some days where you just need a break. It's okay to take them. It's okay to not show up for one day. It's okay if you don't post. Showing up consistently is defined by you. If all you want to do is create 3 posts a week, that's all you do. What matters most is that you train your audience to expect what you produce. You don't allow your audience to create content that you hate but feel you need because they expect it from you. That allows the audience to overall control the ways in which you communicate, which can become problematic in that your message gets watered down or lost in the scheme of trying to please other people. The other problem is that we tend to focus largely on posting because it makes the algorithm happy. And at the end of the day, nobody understands what the algorithm actually is. I can tell you, I log on to Instagram multiple times a day, and within 12 hours, I can see 3 posts promoting 3 different strategies because the algorithm has evidently changed 3 different times in that day. Nobody really knows how it works. And the reason that some growth strategies have worked for individuals is largely contributed to the fact that they were the first people to adopt this method. And maybe they weren't the first people, but they were the first people within their industry. That matters when we talk about growth because we need to understand that not every strategy is made for us. Our clients are unique and they need different things. Some people are very visual learners. They need video. They need to learn with hands-on experience. And some individuals need post. They need carousels to scroll through. They might need a static image. Some people learn better through storytelling. Some people learn better through statistics. Understanding that these are the things that ultimately make our content unique is important because we don't want to essentially just show up with generic messages and hope that people connect with it. We want to give them the meaningful experiences that they need, and it's better to give them less with high quality than more with no quality. Once you are at a point where you understand how consistently you want to show up, it's important then to define what other ways you can show up that matter. Sometimes this is showing up and engaging with other people. It can be following the people who follow you that you feel you can build meaningful relationships with, and just opening their profile and making a quick comment on one of their posts. This is the quickest way to make them feel valued. And it's not about having to follow them. It's about taking a necessary step to allow them to feel like you see them as more than dollar signs. And that message gets lost a lot inside of traditional marketing strategies because one time, a long time ago, somebody said we just need to put it out there and tell people what they need in life. And in today's social media marketing world, people need you to give them the resources that they need in order to become the hero of their own journey. And when I talk about becoming the hero of their own journey, I mean that you have something that will facilitate their journey. You're not there to vanquish their dragons. They are going to do that themselves as they build a relationship with you and ultimately lead to that purchase. And I know what you're thinking. We live in a society that loves instant gratification, and you will have some of that sometimes. But we have largely become a society that expects social media marketing to instantly drive our success. And it takes more than that because you need consistency and you need relevancy. And you also need the ability to prove to people that you provide a unique aspect to the industry in which you are joining. If you've been doing this for a while, you might already have that. A lot of times this is perceived through blog posts, things like that, what have you. But when you hop on a new channel, you don't just hop on and say, okay, now I need to create content on this. You look at it, you strategize, and you understand what content individuals need in order to connect with you. And then you tie in your overarching messages that you have already established long ago. One of the core problems that I have witnessed clients have when it comes to content creation is opening their laptop and saying, I need to create something, but I don't know what I want to create today. And this is where establishing themes can become a very, very strong aspect of your content creation process. And themes can be weekly, they can be daily, they can be monthly. Your content calendar is not going to look like everybody else's content calendar. And what I love about establishing themes, and if we primarily focus on Instagram like we are right now, you have 3 methods of showing up: static post, carousels, and reels. Now there is IGTV, but I am not going to focus on that. I prefer YouTube over it. With these 3 methods, you can create the same piece of content in 3 different ways. So each day you might be adding a little twist in a reel or a little twist in a carousel, but you essentially are creating consistency within the message that you send. You are giving an individual multiple opportunities to connect with that message, and you're also defining 3 ways that individuals can find you and learn from you to connect with multiple different learning processes. And if that isn't amazing enough, you can return to those messages down the road, just tweak them a little bit. The pressure to create content is overwhelming, and I get it. We all want to be successful business owners. But if you want to grow on Instagram, you really have to understand human-centric marketing. And I have a video on it. I encourage you to watch it, but I will summarize it. At its core, human-centric marketing means that everything is not about you. Yes, your social media strategy, the goal is to grow your business, but that's not the SMART goal. SMART is an acronym, and it stands for specific, actionable, measurable, actionable, relevant, and timely content. And what that means is it's not just I want to grow my business on Instagram. It is I want to build meaningful relationships that ultimately lead to a spike in growth of revenue and products that can help individuals, blah, blah, blah. Now, it's largely a mission statement, but you understand how you want to drive those successes. And that's an important aspect when it comes to growing your business. Because a lot of people will tell you that growing your Instagram account is about commenting on 20 posts before you make your own, and then commenting on 20 after you make your own, and then posting stories at a specific time, and doing this and doing that, and running yourself ragged, commenting in response almost instantaneously as somebody else has just commented on your video. Liking their comments. There's so much. It's such a headache, and you don't have the time for it. I'm going to guess that you're here because you are not a marketing strategist. You're an entrepreneur trying to make it in this world. And that's an important thing to remember. You are making it. You are making it happen each and every time you make a post. But you have to give yourself grace. And that is the most important aspect when it comes to growing your business on Instagram. Understand that you ultimately have to be okay with the content you're producing. Nobody else defines it. You define it and you put it out there in the world. And when you do that, I promise you it's 10 times easier, but you also will start to find fun in showing up. Showing up doesn't have to be this overwhelming process. It doesn't have to be long drawn out conversations inside of your caption. It doesn't have to be these stunningly beautiful photographs of you in an all white kitchen, just basically never having made a mess in there before. It can be real life. It can be graphics, it can be reels, but what matters most at the end of the day when you are growing your business is that you are creating authentic points of connection that emotionally drive individuals to purchase your things, but also advocate for you in the future. There are some people, I do want to address the topic, who ask me why individuals are able to grow vast numbers of followers in Instagram Reels. And there's no rhyme or reason. I see individuals following the rules all the time. And the reason that they're asking me this question is because they haven't experienced that growth, even though they're following it to a T. What I can tell you is that the individuals who are seeing significant growth are typically the individuals who adopt something new relatively early. So people with 20,000 followers from posting reels every day, those are the people who were doing it 6, 7, 8 months ago. They may have grown a good number of followings in the beginning, but it still took time to build up the rest. And you can't judge your mile marker of success on vanity metrics, because vanity metrics are anything that make you feel really good in the moment. It's the number of likes you get, the comments you get, how many people bookmark or share your post, or even how many followers you have. But the important thing to remember at the end of the day, despite all of the high numbers, 100,000 followers doesn't equal $100,000 in the bank. And what is more important to you? 200 followers who are extremely invested in your program, or 100,000 followers with maybe a couple hundred people who are invested in your program? Instagram isn't easy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it will ever become this process of ease, because what happens is as you grow, you feel the pressure to compete even more with people. You feel the pressure to show up more and please your audience. You even feel the pressure to understand how to create new and engaging content that stands out. And that pressure will continuously increase and grow. What happens when you establish, this is a hot mess, I'm sorry. What happens when you establish strong ethics within your strategy and understanding of how you want to show up and when you're going to show up is you teach people ultimately how to respect your marketing strategies. And at the end of the day, that is what matters most. Growth is built through respect. Start by respecting yourself. Start by understanding that it's not you. There are 420 billion plus people showing up on social media every month, active users. It's going to take time to find your people. Some people find them fast. Some people need time, a little bit more, a couple weeks, maybe a month. What matters is that you are investing in yourself today, and you are giving yourself the space to grow in order to become something more. If you are interested in learning more about the social media class, please join me in the description below, and I encourage you to enroll. Every month focuses on new themes, and we have so much fun. It's a great group of individuals. We do everything from live classes to co-working sessions to pre-recorded lessons, and it is a bang for your buck, I promise. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and please, in the comments, let me know, what do you struggle with most when it comes to social media marketing? I want to be able to address the topics that matter most to you. Hit it in the comments, post it, and I look forward to discussing more things with you. If you are on Instagram,